Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast for week commencing the 28th of July. Your ruler Jupiter was so influential last week as it combined with the Sun in Leo. This is just about the best combination that you could possibly get in astrology as far as your specific zodiac sign is concerned. It really is going to see you much more outgoing, adventurous and desirous of some kind of change in your life. And that whole process is pepped up even more this week, certainly on Monday when the Sun and Jupiter continue to combine for one more day. But remember, Jupiter is in this sector for another 12 months. But on Thursday, Mercury moves into Leo and also combines with Jupiter. Mercury is about how we think, it's about commerce, it's about travel, communication. And Jupiter is about expansion. Put these two together and you can see that you may well be searching out some new exotic holiday locations before long, sources of information, higher education courses, or perhaps just being much more spontaneous and honouring that part of your nature which does need change, constant stimuli. That's really a key issue for most Archer people. But Mars is going to be forging a sharp right angle to Jupiter and Mercury at the end of this week, suggesting that something in the background, something from your past, may not be completely satisfied. It may be to do with a legal matter, it may be a moral one, it may be at a more emotional level, and something could almost come up towards the end of this week, which in some ways could be a little bit overwhelming, but you need to try to embrace it and not ignore it. With Venus forging a very positive link this week with Saturn, things that you've done in the past in terms of looking after future provision, so pensions, savings, anything like that, something could come into view which gives you a sense that you've been doing the right things, that something's getting more solid. If you've not been able to do anything in this regard in the past, this is your time to try to put something in place, to think more about what can happen to yourself, particularly when it comes to a close relationship. If you're making provision, for example, for loved ones through some kind of life pension, that would be something that would go hand in hand with this particular aspect. But Uranus, the planet which has brought so much excitement but also randomness over the last few years to you, but also restlessness, that's actually engaging in a more negative way with Venus this week. And if you are in a relationship which just really isn't seeming to let you be the individual you want to be, your restless spirit might see you starting to want to find excuses to go off and do your own thing. Now, I think every close relationship does need air. It needs ventilation. And the more that partners, however close, have their own interests, the better you actually get along. So if one of you is being a bit clingy, this is a time to challenge that. But if it's so overwhelming for you that you feel that you can't really be the free spirit that's part and parcel of being a Sagittarius, you may think seriously about making some kind of change. As this week draws to a close, Mars does combine very positively with Neptune. A conversation you have in the family could be very instructive. Someone might have more sensitivity, experience and wisdom than you've given them credit for, and this would be a good time to be open to that kind of input. It's been a real pleasure being with you, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.